Monica Woods joining us now with new information on just how much the planet's warming and some of the effects we're seeing from climate change.
Right. So this was the sixth assessment that the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change had. The first one coming out in 1990. But you can see over the past several decades how much we've been warming, getting awfully close to that 1.5 degrees Celsius mark. What is that mark? That's basically the line at which we start seeing more food and water insecurities. Not to mention, this report also made the connections on climate change and extreme weather events.
So we keep hearing more and more in the news about these extreme events. And the takeaway message from this new report is that these events are just going to occur more and more often as global temperatures rise.
Some of the impacts, the extremes that we've been seeing, obviously the wildfires, some of the biggest now in California history. You can see on this map that that's exactly what they came up with as well. More extreme wildfires, drought, and also water insecurities and temperature. So that's just on the West Coast here. What can we do? Cut emissions. If we do so, we have a pretty good chance of curbing some of the effects that we've been seeing so far. No emission cuts, that temperature continues to warm, and we see more extreme events. And we certainly are living every bit of it now, especially in California with our wildfires going the way they are. Temperatures, meantime, getting to that weather forecast, mid to upper 90s for today in the Valley, low 90s for Auburn, Placerville, and Jackson, 80s up top for the Sierra. Tonight in the Gilmore backyard, we have clear skies, 68 degrees for Sacramento, 73 for Stockton. Modesto and Marysville were at 77 degrees and a cool 59 for Tahoe with calm conditions. Our reservoirs, oh, wow, we continue to watch this. And if you've been over to Folsom, you've certainly seen it. 24% full right now, as is Oroville. Shasta, our largest reservoir, only 30% full. We're at 41 for New Melones and 56 for Don Pedro. This is what it looked like back on April 20th. Remember that super bloom out at Folsom Lake? Bill Stahl said this is what it looks like right now. It turned green, but unfortunately, that's where water usually is over at Folsom Lake. You can submit weather photos just like that to our ABC 10 weather force by uploading them on the ABC 10 app. Here's that big ridge of high pressure that we're going to be tracking. The low brought that nice onshore flow, got the smoke out of here. But now that the high's moving back in, we get sinking, warming air, stretch of 100s plus a bit of a smoke shift. Now we've got a couple of things working heading into the midweek forecast. One, we're going to have stable air for the valley, and so that smoke could settle in. But the other thing is we have a chance of thunderstorms in this year, which could help wash things out just a little bit for the air. Highs will be in the 80s tomorrow for the Sierra, 90s down the hill, awfully close to 100 though for Auburn, 98 for tomorrow. Chance of thunderstorms by Wednesday's forecast, and that's going to continue through our Friday outlook. These are the days that we're not only going to be watching for the chance of thunderstorms to help clear out the smoke, but also new lightning sparked fires. It's kind of a double-edged sword when we get situations like this. Highs in the 60s along the coast. Once we start to head inland, we're back into the upper 90s. Now, morning lows are starting off pretty nice here. We'll be right around the low to mid 60s through much of the valley. But those afternoon highs with the sunshine, we are right into the 100s for tomorrow afternoon, especially towards the I-80 corridor here. Vacaville 102 as well as Davis. We'll get up to Roseville 102, Oroville 103 as well as Woodland. Colusa, we're at 104. Elk Grove 101. No delta breeze coming in for tomorrow or the next several days. This is going to be our longest stretch of 100s. We've got 6 of them heading our way, and by early next week, we're back into the 90s.